be their friends. Before we talk about business partnership, let me know who you are. Let me know what matters to you. It's very important because I might not be someone that loves to give bribe for certain things. I remember some few years ago we did a proposal to a place, and then they asked us to pay before our proposals can be considered. And one of the guys that we're trying to see how we could run out a partnership deal with accompanied us and said, "There's nothing there. Let's just." And I said, "No, I don't want to be part of it, because you see, if you start your business on the wrong footing, you're going to enjoy the immediate benefit, but trust me, in the long term, you're going to come crashing. You're going to come crashing." So, and I looked at that, his statement, he didn't understand that I was studying him, I was looking at what he was saying and the things he does. So, when it was time for us to finalize our agreement, and I said, I just told him one day that I don't think that we're going to be good on this partnership deal. He said, "Why?" I said, "No, what you believe and what I believe is not the same." So you have to be very watchful when he says partnership here doesn't last, and partnership, how can I be an effective partner? You yourself first, you must establish your core values. What is your personal core values? Before you establish your business core values, establish your own personal core value. That will help guide you into who would become your potential partner. It is very important.
Emmanuel, Johnny had a question about having the idea, having the passion right, and engaging in the program, but in the projects, but ends up failing. I think my brother can answer that. But I want to say that if you do the same thing all over and all the time and you get the same response, then you must change your perspective.
I believe that. I think that's the definition of insanity, is to continue to do the same thing, expecting different results. But there is also the element that I believe you can't lose if you won't quit. I look at Walt Disney and his company and how he went bankrupt, how he was, his idea was stolen, Oswald the Rabbit, and he didn't quit, he just got creative. And we live in a day where there's a lot of information, but we lack revelation. And so for the person that asked the question, what do I do when I feel like I've got all the elements in place, but it's taking me nowhere? I don't mean to sound redundant, but I really value having a good mentor, asking the right questions. You know, if you ask the right questions and if you continue to just draw from their wealth of experience, you can't buy experience.
Thank you very much. The speaker did say that innovate or die. So I'll, at this point, ask the speaker to come and wrap up his paper.
Thank you so very much. Before we engage in any business, I need to repeat that. Before we engage in any business, we must have a measure of knowledge about the business. We also have the right relationship, right partnership, people that go the same way by reason of value, by reason of vision, and by reason of products. This will help break barriers. This will help take away the challenges of partnership, of not doing this or not doing that. And again, we should know that what isn't easily sold to the public is not ripe for invention. We will, Jesus made this statement to the disciples. In fact, he asked them a question: who do men say I am? Because I have come, I'm marketable. But you guys don't know. Who do men say I am? It was Peter who gave the revelation. He said, you are the Son of God. Revelation. The keynote speaker made a statement, sound statement. In fact, the God factor here, he announced the last statement as about God. Sometimes we think because talent is there, talent can be outwitted by knowledge and skills. No matter how talented you are, skills and knowledge will take you out of the market. But nobody can take God out of the market. I have come to see and consolidate on the God factor. Gone are the days that we'll start finding formulas to satisfy our greed. If you want to do something that you're going to stay for the test of time and take into the future, do what God says you should do. All of us, like Paul says, we must have the mind of Christ. That's the beginning of anything in life. We are all here. I'm here today. Most of the people you're seeing here today are here because they know God. The God factor still works. Wealth transfer or business development is not a function of the figment of our human imaginations. All springs from the well and the fountain of God. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for to all our discussants, and we'll just request that you go down, and then all the speakers will go back to the restaurant of the hotel, and everyone else, please sit tight where you are. Lunch will be served as packed, and we would go around and pick up the trash when you are done. And the next session will begin at 3 p.m. But before all of that is done, I'll request the one of our partners, the Zenith Bank branch manager, Mr. Callistus, to come and give a very short remark, just in case he steps out.
Protocol.
I'll stop streaming right now. I'll show them why they are eating.
Permit me to stand on existing protocol. I think beyond Zenith Bank being a partner for night 2017, I'm just having fun, expanding my frontiers of knowledge. And there's something I want to share, given what I've just learned today, and to the participants. First, the first principle of economics, trade-off. You must forgo something that you like for another thing, which is more important, which you like. Because sometimes resources constrain us to have all of that. Like Dr. Emmanuel said, he said in his house in New York, he doesn't have a seat. He has to do that for something bigger. Trade-off. And that culminates into the second principle, which is opportunity cost. That which he had forgone in order to have something, the cost of that is what he has. Third, what the concept of cargo cult mentality by a renowned African writer, Professor Chinua Achebe, I think is one of the problems haunting our youth today. He said it's a thinking by underdeveloped people that without exertion of any effort whatsoever, that a ship laden with all the goods they've ever dreamt of possessing will bat at their harbor. So friends, let's take action and work for whatever we want. There is no free lunch. Like he said, it's a step-by-step thing. The royalty you are seeing today did not just drop from heaven. Maybe if he tells you his story, you'll be marveled. But today is motivating all of us. We are looking up to him. We are being empowered by him. We want to partner with him. Everything revolving around him. Why we did not want to create an impression that today you just come and pick money. It's because we want to change the mentality of the youth. We are not here for you to just come and dip hand into a bag of money and pick. If you pick it and your mind has not been conditioned, before you get to the gate, it's gone. Talking about Zenith Bank, a partner with Royalty Group on the gathering, Ignite 2017. One of the greatest collateral that we look for when we want to learn is character. It's intangible. If you have all the financials right, all the ratios correct, and you don't have character, when we give you, we can't get it back. And to drive it down, there's what is called collateral substitution. Dr. Emmanuel talked about partnership. If you create a cooperative, we can lend to the cooperative and they disburse to the beneficiaries. It is better to deal with a group. And here, the group synergy is our collateral. So, friends, Zenith Bank has a stand out there, and for you to be an entrepreneur, you must have a bank account. You must have a bank. It's very important. So we have a stand there. You need to open an account and begin to get familiar with banking products. We have a wide range of products which I can't mention here because of constraint of time. But we are here. We encourage young entrepreneurs to open an account with us and get all the pieces of advice that you need to propel you to the next level. Thank you and God bless
you. Thank you so much, Mr. Callistus. At this point, we would ask all our speakers to please go to the restaurant that will be led by the First Lady of the group to have lunch. And the rest of the people, like I said, please stay put on your seats. Foods will be served, packed, eat, and please be conscious that you are going to sit back by 3 p.m. So don't litter the place too much. So we can pick up the trash and get ready for 3 p.m., okay? So enjoy your lunch, okay?
Okay.